Yo, good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's good, Sushin? Yo, listen. All right. So I'm about to put y'all on game on how I approach heat with Lee Chaolong. So first and foremost, right? Before I even get into this, I already assume everybody watching this video knows the heat engages from the last guide, knows, you know, the basics to how to get heat started with Lee. But the way I approach heat is a little bit different because I try to utilize as much of his heat shit as I can. Y'all gotta understand something, and then they emphasize this when they talk about Lee, right? All of his just frames are guaranteed, bro. So you don't have to have the execution to do all the crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like Acid Rain, Mistrap, you know, his 4-4, his Magic 4 stuff. You know, all his just frame stuff. Even his back one, you know, back 1/1+2, back 1/1/2. All the things that I covered in the guide video. That's mainly something I already expect y'all to understand, but I use almost everything that I can and squeeze out as much as I can when it comes to his heat. So when I'm in heat, one of the main things I love to use, which I know I've seen a couple League players online when I play sub characters utilize this, you feel me? But utilizing his Mistrap on Wake Up is so strong. I mean, if you watch the sets, bro, I catch top players, you know, other pros with Mistrap or Wake Up. It's literally a 50-50. They have to guess when they wake up, right? Because it's guaranteed now. You could just do this shit on command. You don't have to have the execution. Now, obviously, it'll be good to be able to do it without heat, but doing this in heat is guaranteed. You feel me? And it takes a chunk, but you still have heat. You know what I mean? So, I'll give you a quick example. Right? They got to wake up. You know what I mean? And if they stay on the floor, obviously you could dash up, do up back 3. Right? If they stay on the floor. That's the way that you beat the side roll, right? But let's say they get up backwards. You know what I mean? Boom. Boom. Right? Run up. Mistrap. They get up backwards. You get a full combo. Right? And that's mid-screen. If it's a little bit off axis on the wall when they tech. Obviously, you want to figure out how to adjust your combo depending on where the wall is, the situation. That's going to be a whole nother thing that I'm going to go over. But specifically, Mistrap, you want to use this as a 50-50. Obviously, at the lower ranks and intermediate level, a lot of people are either going to mash or they're not going to know what's going on, so they're just going to hold back, right? So this is perfect for you to abuse people with, especially after heat engager. Let's say you get down forward 4-4 on hit. If they're waking up, if they're just holding back and they're respecting whatever you're doing, let's say like, you know, running 3-4, you know, down forward 1, they're respecting whatever the case is, right? Don't be afraid to just throw this shit out and then make them guess. Now, another thing too, continue to go for the 4-4-3 if you're in heat to get the heat dash until they show you that they're going to just stay on the floor. Big tip, and this is just even at the lower ranks, if it works, if it isn't broken, don't fix it, right? If it's working, just keep doing it, bro. They're going to keep getting hit by this shit every single time. So that's just Mistrap. Now, I want to go over back 1/1/2, and back 1/1+2. Usually, you have to get the adjust frame input. Let me take off heat real quick so I can show y'all. You got to hit the adjust frame input for you to get this move to come out. Now, I could do this. This is something easy, right? I could hit this. But for people that have a little bit of trouble, or even if, not even about just trouble, when you're in heat, bro, this is all about utilizing everything that you can in heat. They made back 14 frames now. It used to be 15, so it wasn't really worth punishing a launch punishable move when you have hop kick, you have forward 3, you have ways like down forward 2, you have ways to make people pay for doing -15. We already have that, you know what I mean? But now that it's 14, we have a stronger punish for -14 moves. Forward 2-1 was always, you know, the go-to. And that's beautiful. I love that. I used to use that at the wall, you know, fishing at the wall for this. This is really good because you can hit confirm, right? But now we have back 1-1-2. And back 1-1-2 does way more damage, and it wall splats from a further distance. Look how far, you know what I mean? Like, wait, hold on, let me go on the heat. You could be at a good distance, you know what I mean? Like, you could be a little bit far from the wall and still get the wall splat. it's so good to use in neutral. It's so good to use, especially if people are whiffing and they're whiffing fast moves. You just get it for free. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, you want to use your 4-4-3. You know, your down 4-4-4s, but I don't see a lot of lead players utilizing his back one in heat, bro. It is too good to not use. Like, don't sleep on this move. You want to utilize his hitman up 4 a lot when you're in heat 2. You know what I mean? Like, you want to mix it up. You want to hitman shuffle, catch people lacking, if you could get the free follow-up, right? So when I'm in heat and I'm trying to pressure, you know, or I'm like in the neutral and I see my opponent is like trying to play back and not really approach, or I've already conditioned them to duck for slide at like this distance, right? Because when you do stuff like back 4 and you instantly slide, right? Like back 4 slide, or you just go into it, slide, right? Whoops. You feel me? Like if you do this instantly, you already get people to condition like, oh shit, the slide might come out, you know? So now you can kind of start mixing up, you know, the hitman options. And it gives you a guaranteed follow-up, bro. So why not abuse people for ducking, and then you get a free follow-up, and you get a blazing kick after, unskilled. Get flip over, run up, run in 3-4, whatever the case is. Same idea for when people do -11, -12 moves, right? Get the free follow-up. You feel me? So utilize your heat as much as you can. Try to use as much of it before it runs out. And when it's about to run out, I would say don't panic too much, because a lot of people, they like to use their heat, and then right when it's about to run out, they try to commit to whatever option it is. The shit could get you killed, bro. You try to commit to down 4-4-4, right? You try to commit to 4-4-3, it could get stepped. You try to commit to, you know, magic 4s, you know, it could get you killed. So just be strategic, be mindful of your heat, how much you're using the heat, and try to squeeze out as much damage as you can from your heat. Another thing, and this goes not just for league players, but this goes for just players in general, no matter what character you play, right? You want to use your heat like if it's a power crush. So if somebody's approaching, use it to beat them out. Especially if they're doing like a string, you feel me? Whoops. You feel me? Sometimes people will try to approach, or sometimes people will try to string you out. And if you're ready, you know what I mean? You could just, man, fuck that. You know, sometimes I'll even close rounds out from people trying to approach or whiff or string me out, and I just heat burst and it kills them. You know what I mean? Something that I spoke to Shadow about at CNS, he said, think of a sequence while you're in heat that does a lot of chip damage and stacks plus frames, right? So for me, let's say opponent is blocking, right? I'm gonna do a lot of running 3-4s, stack it up if they're respecting the running 3-4s, you know, 4-4-2s, because it all stacks up. Let's, you know, all of this stacks up. So you want to utilize them a lot more. You want to have those sequences where people are eating chip damage and they're getting put into a 50-50, because the more that, you know, you get them to respect everything that you're doing, look how much chip damage I'm doing, and I'm not even done with heat yet. You feel me? I just did half health of chip damage, and I didn't even really stick to just running 3-4. You know what I'm saying? So stack plus frames and get your opponent wanting to press a button, especially with Lee. Lee wants you to press buttons so you could counter hit them. You could blow people up for doing what they're not supposed to do. It works so much, and it'll determine whether the momentum is on your side, or it can make the whole difference. Let's say if you're getting pressured and you heat burst and you stop that momentum and you start pressuring and, you know, running your game. It could turn the whole situation around. I've been a centimeter of health, right? And I've come back and won the entire round. You know what I mean? Just off of utilizing my heat. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other top players and pro players that can say the same thing for me. So y'all want to make sure y'all utilizing every tool. So let's go back to the key points real quick, right? We're using the miss trap. Use it for 50-50s, wake ups, really good tool. Punish with your just frame moves. Focus on all your heat moves. Lee has OD'd ways to heat dash, to, you know, maximize any opportunity that you have when the opponent is whiffing, when the opponent is doing stuff that's -11 to -14, -50. Like, it's crazy, because I believe Lee is probably the only person with a 11 frame heat move. Like, that shit is crazy, bro. You just can't be too willy-nilly with it, like I said, because it's a high. Down for a 4-4 is a high, you know. So you just got to be careful of when you're using it. Don't just throw it out just cause, you know what I mean? You want to place it right, punish right, utilize it in a good way. maximize your heat dash. So that's getting your 4-4-3s in the heat dash, or your down 4-4-4s in the heat dash. You know, understand the follow-ups of every situation, because people are like, you know, well, this doesn't give me a combo, so why am I going to use it? Bro, this gives you a knockdown, a follow-up, and a blazing kick, bro. And if they try to roll out, or if you're, you know, get in a different situation, there's ways to adapt to that situation too. You know, if they tech roll. And I'm going to leave my boy Murakumo's video in this, because he's a great Lee enthusiast. He went over all the situational stuff, so where if you wake up, how to escape it, etc. But I just wanted to cover my approach to it, so y'all can understand like the level that I'm playing at. This is what's working for me, and it could work for you as well. So optimize every tool, optimize all your punishes, optimize your heat engages. Don't be afraid to use all your moves out of heat. Don't just limit yourself to wild standing 2-3, because then it's gonna make you predictable to your opponent. If you know they know that you want to go for the wild standing 2-3 into 4-4-3 heat engager combo, they're just gonna not duck, bro. They're just gonna wait. You know what I mean? And obviously that'll open up more stuff. So if you see that they're waiting for it, you could just, you know, slide, whatever the case is. So study your -14 moves. -14, back 1, 1+2, back 1, 1-2, just frame is ridiculous now, bro. To keep yourself in heat, bro, you do the moves that you know you can do just frames of. And that's what I use a lot too. So like, let's say, you know, you do running 3-4s, right? And you know that you're running out of heat. If you see, I can keep the heat going. So it's like, why not continue? You feel me? You'll keep getting heat back and have more time to do more shit with the character. And let's say I'm in heat. I don't have to heat dash. Obviously, you wanna capitalize on the situation, but there's sometimes where it's better for you to save your heat instead of just automatically heat dashing. Punish, you feel me? Like obviously I could do the heat dash, get the combo, get the follow-up, right? But if I do this, I could just keep running up and then, you know, keep the pressure going. Well, it's good, right? Like you see, I know I can hit acid rain. I know I can hit those punishes all the time consistently. I know the timing for it, you feel me? So I don't necessarily have to waste my heat doing it. I could gain heat back. If you guys have any other questions about using heat with Lee, feel free to leave a comment on my YouTube channel, on any of the videos. I have more, you know, I love helping people get better at this game, whether you're a Lee player, whether you're a new player, whether you play anybody, because I play pretty much everyone. I'm considered Mokujin in my scene. Lee just happens to be my main character that I love to play, and he's been my main in T7 as well as Lei Wulong, etc. So if you guys, like I said, leave a comment, give me feedback. You guys haven't subbed already to my channel, go ahead and sub to the YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, whatever the case is. It puts me in the algorithm, and it helps me help other players level up as much as I want them to. I also offer coaching. I'll throw it into the description. I'm not the type of person that doesn't receive feedback well. I love this. So if you guys have any ideas of videos that you want me to go over, make sure y'all go ahead and throw any ideas at me. I have no problem going over it and helping y'all. All right. But for now, yo, I love y'all. Appreciate the subs. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel already. I'm gonna holla at y'all later. Sorry, I don't fuck with the gossip, it's under me. She get on top, but I'd rather under me. Poured up the pineapple, call that bitch bumblebee. Couple of knots without stuffing the dungarees. Bitch, I'm a G, what you think is a gun to me?